Why is a mystical force choking a girl at night? Don't miss out. The clairvoyants will uncover a shocking family secret concerning a double murder. This is Psychic Investigations, a channel of exclusively true and impressive stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate incredible paranormal phenomena and high-profile criminal cases. This young woman from Zakarpattia is desperate. She believes her younger sister is in mortal danger.
I really want to ask the psychics to come and help us so she's fine and unharmed.
Alisa Bodnia is a 6th grader and has a good family of a mother and father and an elder sister and brother. Until recently, she was a happy and cheerful child. But everything changed about a year ago. At night,
she got up and her pillow was all bloodied.
My nose began to bleed without stopping. I got so scared.
What I saw, it shocked me completely.
She lost a lot of blood.
Blood was gushing. The mother called an ambulance and the doctors barely stopped the bleeding. It turned out that the blood vessels in the girl's nose had burst.
It could be a viral infection or an injury. There are diseases like hemophilia that cause bleeding, or even cancer.
However, none of these diseases were found in Alisa.
I've never seen someone bleeding without a reason. There's got to be something.
The following night, the bleeding started again, and each time it begins, the girl loses a lot of blood.
I was afraid I might bleed to death.
The doctors are also scared because they can't help the girl.
Sometimes such blood loss can end fatally. She can suffocate from the blood loss.
The family is afraid they might lose Alisa. They believe that some otherworldly force is pulling the little girl to the other side. As before each bleeding episode, someone invisible chokes the girl.
When I sleep, someone chokes me. I am scared.
Someone walks near her. She sees someone.
I'm afraid for my life.
I'm afraid I might lose her.
I really want the psychics to help me.
Clairvoyants Jana Shulakova and Olena Kurilova, who was already in Zakarpattia for another investigation, took on the task to help the girl.
I had a terrifying vision. This girl was lying on a couch. The couch was brown, and above her was a man. I saw a scene where Alisa was being abused. I asked the cards if this was the girl's future. And the cards answered, no, this has already happened.
Meanwhile, our crew heads to Western Ukraine. On the way there, Jana Shulakova works with the girl's photo.
A strange picture. A young woman of about 20, all wet and blooded. And she said a very strange phrase. Alisa is not who she seems, but a favor for a favor. What did she mean?
Olena Kurilova is the first to reach the village where the girl lives.
Hello.
Hello.
Can I embrace you?
This is Alisa.
The relatives and neighbors gathered in front of the house. Everyone is concerned about the girl's fate. Meanwhile, Jana Shulakova is approaching the village.
The cards are showing me a dead boy next to this girl. Something chokes the girl at night. And the boy was strangled. Oh, Lord!
You're bleeding.
Give me a tissue. I felt the same thing that Alisa feels at night. The same thing the boy felt before he died. But who is this boy? And how is he connected to the girl? Can you pull over, please? I need out. Let's walk to the river. I need to wash off the blood.
The crew stopped about a kilometer away from Alisa's house. Suddenly, an otherworldly force attacks Jana Shulakova.
What happened?
I almost got killed.
Get out of the water, quick, it's freezing cold.
Something invisible threw the clairvoyant and our administrator into the river and damaged the audio equipment.
A dead man from the river pushed me. He's pale. He's all white and wearing wet clothes. I need to change. I'm all wet. I was sure that the pale dead man was trying to prevent me from seeing Elisa. He could very well be the spirit that choked the girl. But who is he? And how is he connected to Elisa? I'm set.
Can we go now?
Wait.
The clairvoyant goes to the river, again. But why?
The spirit of a young woman called me. She was all wet and bloodied, and I'd already seen her in a vision. She said a very strange phrase: Elisa is not who she seems, but a favor for a favor. It seems she has some information about Elisa. And then I was stunned. The same man who pushed us into the water approached the dead woman. The spirits know each other. It's her husband.
Who are these spirits, and what is their relation to Elisa? Are they the ones who choke her at night?
And again, I had that vision about Elisa and the man abusing her. Only this time, I saw something else. A little boy was watching the rape. Was there any violence against Elisa? Did she complain about anything?
No.
But I was sure that there had been violence. Perhaps the girl was too shy to tell anyone about it.
Those two spirits have crucial information about our case. I need to call Elena.
Hello?
I got a little delayed on my way to you. A spirit pushed me into the river.
Mother of God.
The spirit that pushed me and his wife have information about our Elise. You need to come to help me. Meet me at the entrance to the village next to the bridge.
Let's go.
A few minutes later, there's a crowd near the bridge. No one approaches the clairvoyants, but everyone is talking in whispers. Later, we will see why these people are here.
Hello. Those spirits are here. Do you see them?
A woman and a man?
Yes, they both drowned. And I saw this woman in the morning.
She's crying and pointing at her belly.
Was she pregnant?
Did anything like that happen here long ago?
Yes, it did. Anna and Ivan. They celebrated the New Year at his grandmother's, and then they were walking on the bridge and are said to have drowned.
It's horrifying. So it turns out that a young couple who lived in the village really drowned here, and the woman was pregnant. The tragedy happened more than 20 years ago.
And she, Anna, says, "Tell everyone the truth. Help us." They are asking for help because they are considered suicides, but it's not the case. She says, "We were killed and thrown into the water."
A shocking revelation. The pregnant woman and her husband were killed and thrown into the river. But who committed this terrible crime?
And no one was imprisoned, no one was punished.
The criminal case was closed. No one went to jail.
The clairvoyant sensed that the man was thrown off the bridge and died from hitting the rocks, while his wife knocked on the doors of the villagers hoping for rescue.
She says, "I ran, shouting, 'People, somebody help!' But no one opened the door for her."
They did knock asking for help. Yes, it's true, it's true.
It's something unimaginable. No one opened the door to save the pregnant woman's life.
The man was doomed. There were several attackers. But the woman could have survived if not for the indifference of the people.
The spirit of the murdered man hates everyone in this village. He blames them for the deaths of his wife and child.
Are there many accidents, deaths, and drownings in this village? Here come 3 drowned people.
That's my relative. My son-in-law. He fell from that bridge.
It was Ivan who took him.
It turned out that after the deaths of the couple, local young men started dying under mysterious circumstances. Locals fear to cross the river. Everyone is sure that some mystical force is throwing people off the bridge.
To tell the truth, people were afraid to come back home from work at night.
And for body kids to approach this place.
The spirit of the murdered man is taking his revenge. In his understanding, not only the murderers are to blame for his family's death, everyone who didn't open the door and didn't help is also guilty. The whole village will suffer. Not only will they drown, they will hang themselves and crash in cars.
Her children hanged themselves. 3 young people died.
Young men crash on motorcycles. And there are many accidents in the village.
The spirit is taking them because he and his wife are unavenged.
We thought that Alisa was being choked by these 2 spirits, but it turned out that the couple was killed more than 20 years ago. Alisa wasn't even born then, and the spirits can't blame her for their death.
There were 4 attackers, men of about 30. They were drunk. 2 are dead by now. Here it is, God's punishment, and 2 are still alive. But nothing good will happen to them.
But if we pray to God, can we repent this?
Invite a priest to hold a service for the couple. The spirit of the murdered woman was grateful. She said, "You helped me, and now I will help you." And she repeated the phrase again. Alisa is not who she seems. But this time she added, "Go to the house where she lives. You will find a boy there who saw everything and knows everything." The cards showed me the spirit of a boy next to the girl in the morning.
The boy of about 5 or 6, right?
Yes. Something was choking the girl at night. And the boy was strangled.
The psychics are heading to Alisa's house to find out what is choking her at night.
Oh, God.
There is a little boy of about 6. His neck is all blue. He was strangled. This house was his home. He lived here and was killed here.
Jana, I saw him in my vision.
Ivan.
Whose toys are these?
His favorite.
He was murdered.
Here. The brown couch. Remember, I told you I saw abuse. This girl, were you raped here?
No. We had a brother and a sister. They were murdered. The sister's name was Alina. She was raped and killed.
This is horrendous. The girl's sister and brother were raped and killed in this room, right on this couch.
It turned out that Alisa looks exactly like her murdered sister.
Did it happen here?
Was it here?
Yes. They were found dead on these couches.
I found them.
The children were murdered 14 years ago, and Olha still hasn't forgiven herself for leaving them alone that fateful night.
I'm guilty because I could have not left them at home.
The woman and her husband worked in the forestry, far in the mountains. You can't casually walk such distances.
It's more than 15 kilometers. It's really far away.
So, the parents occasionally stayed overnight at the forester's cabin and left Alina in charge at home.
I left them at around 6 in the evening.
He knocks on the door. He's drunk. He reeks of alcohol. He yells, "Give me money."
The children didn't have any money. Of course, he went berserk.
It was a man who lived nearby. He was looking for money to buy a bottle.
He attacks the girl and tears her clothes. Then he chokes her, and the boy defends his sister. But how can a child handle a grown man? He strangled the girl, and the boy hid. He survived.
Alisa is not scared by the clairvoyant's words. The tragedy happened before she was born, but she knows about the horrific murder of her brother and sister.
Wait. This murderer, the rapist, came back in the morning and finished him off. He strangled him and threw him here too.
What a nightmare. It's impossible to describe in words what the parents saw when they returned home in the morning.
I entered the house and saw a foot sticking out from under the blanket. Alina's foot. It was awful.
Alina was 12, while Ivan was 6. It's hard to even imagine how the family survived such grief.
The world was weird. Everything was weird.
He's in jail.
Volodymyr?
He confessed.
Yes.
I would kill him with my own hands. I can't get over it. Let everyone hear. May him rot in jail. May him die there. But how does this relate to Alisa? Why is she in danger?
And why do we only see the boy's spirit, but we don't see the girl?
What if it's her who's choking you? Maybe she wants to come back?
If a spirit needs a body, it has to expel one soul and take over that body. It can choke and kill to achieve it.
Let's try to summon her.
We need Alisa. Please leave us alone with the girl.
Don't be afraid. I'll recite a prayer and I will try to talk to Alina. Servant of God, Alina. Servant of God, Alina. Come.
The girl collapses. It appears that she fainted. Alisa's mother and sister come running, hearing the noise.
Are you alive?
Thank God. Alisa opens her eyes.
Alina's soul is in Alisa's body. Alina and Alisa are the same person.
We summoned the soul of the murdered Alina, and she appeared as soon as the living Alisa lost consciousness.
But how is this possible?
I don't know how to tell you this. Alina is your Alisa. They ended up sharing the same soul. Alisa was born a year after Alina's death.
I can't comprehend it.
You were crying at the cemetery, asking, did you go to the cemetery pregnant?
I just said, God, I want her to live.
You asked for your daughter to return.
I said, thank you. I will soon have a daughter.
You knew it would be a girl. And you knew she would be Alisa. But you still understood that she would be Alina. You brought her back. You gave birth to her again.
God gave me a daughter who's an almost identical copy of her.
Alisa is very much like Alina. The same face, the same smile. I always see my sister Alina in her.
They rarely call me Alisa. Everyone says Alina.
That's why the pregnant woman's spirit from the river told me that Alisa is not who she seems.
Incredible! No one expected such a twist.
It turns out that Alina was 12 when she was murdered. You are also 12. No one is actually choking Alisa. It is her soul at the age when she was murdered, reliving everything she felt at the moment of death. Alina was strangled.
When was Alina murdered, raped, and strangled?
September 27th.
In 10 days.
A soul experiences the greatest shock on the days of birth and death. As the date of her death approaches, Alina's soul is experiencing increasing stress. The peak will come on September 27th.
Then how do we protect Alisa from danger?
Look. First of all, we know the dates we need to be wary of. And on these dates, please visit 3 churches, light candles for health, and read prayers. And I want to make a talisman for you.
Give me a broadsheet of paper.
When children's hands and feet are outlined, this comes from an ancient ritual of sealing the footprint on the ground, so that the soul wouldn't leave you.
This is what we are doing to help Elisa stay here.
Your footprint will always be with your family. This will be your talisman.
Thank you!
You're going to live your life just as you dream it.
We are so grateful.
We contacted Elisa via Skype as soon as the dangerous date for the girl had passed.
I was terrified of the 27th. On September 27th, I didn't feel very well. I went to the monastery, lit a candle, and prayed. And I felt better.
Nothing's choking her anymore. The psychics helped us a lot. We are infinitely grateful.
If this story impressed you, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Many more amazing stories are coming up.